Hey guys, how are you going? It is Jess here, and today I am going to do a bit of a long video for you. This one is all about how I cover my acne and acne scarring. Now, I have done some videos like this in the past, but this one is a little bit different. I'll explain why a little bit further down the track. Right now, I am having an extreme breakout. I have not had acne like this in years. I did try a brand new skincare system for my skin, and my skin didn't like it, I know that much. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I have put a blog post up on my blog at jessaboutaverage.com, so I'll link you directly to that if you want to check it out. But I don't know if it was exactly that. It could just be that I'm under a massive amount of stress right now, trying to figure out where the hell I'm going next with things. I don't talk about that on here because it's not really what my channel's about. I'm not a vlog channel, but yeah, I do have some pretty major things going on right now, and that is definitely stressing me out. It could also be that I've traveled recently, or I've been eating more crap food. You know, I don't know. But what I do know is that this particular makeup routine that I'm going to show you today is something that is definitely working for me in terms of giving me a really good coverage that I'm really totally happy with, and that lasts a very, very long time. Now, before I move on, I know I told you this is a talking video. This is a very, very long video today. I do want to say that a lot of the products that I'm using today are from Benefit. Let me make the distinction that this is not a sponsored video. It is one of my absolute biggest pet peeves. Here we go. Here's the rant. One of my biggest pet peeves when I see videos from creators and it is very clear that they have been sponsored and they make absolutely no mention of the products or the services that are being featured in their video. But I like being transparent, and that's why I'm telling you today that Benefit did send me a whole bunch of things to test and try out. If you guys want to see a Benefit haul, more like here's a bunch of products that Benefit sent me and they are amazing and I would love to talk about them, let me know in the comments down below that you would like to see a video like that. Anyway guys, so I hope that you do enjoy this video and you get a lot out of it. Let's go. Here we are, all fresh-faced. This is actually better than what it has been over the last few weeks. My breakout was really, really severe. I'm sure that you are all in exactly the same position if you're watching this right now, where your skin gets you down sometimes and it's a real bummer and you just wish that it would just hurry up and bugger off and go away and stop causing you so much anguish. But anyway, so now I'm just going to go on with my makeup routine and show you guys how I cover all of this awesome stuff up. Sorry if I sound a bit croaky and weird as well. I've had a cold for like a week and it's mental. I never get sick, but for some reason I've just come down with the sickness. I'm getting down with the sickness. Throw this video a like if you actually got that reference. Moving along, I have already done my routine, my skincare routine, and I will leave a link for you down below so you can check that out. It really hasn't changed too much. I've also applied a moisturizer to my skin, and today I just used the Garnier Dark Spot Corrector Moisturizer, which I really, really like. I'm now going to go on with my primer, and the one that I've been really, really digging lately is this one here. It's the Rimmel London Fix and Perfect Primer. I've found that this particular one has really been helping to keep my makeup on, and that's a problem that I have because I have very, very oily skin, as you probably already know. It's the bone memory of my life, as Kath and Kim would say. There's nothing much that I can do about it except just deal with it. This Rimmel Fix and Perfect stuff is bizarro because it's orange. It's not a clear primer. So I'm just applying that to my face and massaging it in. And even though it is orange, you know, when it comes out of the tube, it doesn't appear orange on the skin at all. Now, I like to give a little bit of time between applying each layer of product. So my moisturizer, I waited 10 minutes before I applied primer. Now I've waited a couple more minutes and I'm going to go on with my concealer. And the concealer that I'm using today is another Benefit one. It's their Erase Paste. I am in number 1 Fair, and that's a really good shade for me. My only complaint is that this stuff comes in a pot. And yes, it's a heaps cute little pot, I love it, but ladies have nails. Well, usually they have nails anyway, and it's such a pain in the butt to try and get products out of pots like this. They have tried to remedy it by adding a little scoop to their product thing when you get it in your little box, but still it's still a pain. So what I would recommend, because you're probably using this when you have acne and cross-contamination is a major issue. There's another reason I don't like potted products, because if you're digging in here, dig, applying to your face and then digging back in again, the opportunity for cross-contamination from your face into the product is pretty darn high. So what I recommend is that every time you use this little scoop, that you disinfect it. I have got these little alcohol swabs here. You can get a pack of, I don't know, like 1,000 of them or something ridiculous for $10 from a chemist. Just get your little swab and wipe it off. So now that's nice and clean, I can now go ahead and apply this product. And you guys are probably going to freak out because I'm about to apply a lot of it. I don't think this is made to be applied like liberally. You're not meant to apply a whole lot of this stuff. However, I have to, and if you've got severe acne like I do right now, then you may have to as well. I'm just letting you know it's okay. So I'm just going to go over any areas of my face that I see, and they recommend that you apply the product in a crisscross motion. But I'm going to go back over it, dabbing it with my fingers afterwards, so I'm not too concerned about the crisscross right now. I know you guys are freaking out, I know, but trust me, this stuff is going to work, it's going to be amazing. So after I've applied it, I then use a patting motion and a bit of a, like firmly pressing it in, but I'm not being like harsh with my skin, I'm just being gentle, firm pressing motions on and around each spot. The reason I'm being quite generous with this is because this is my main cover-up. This is what's going to do all that magic, and I don't just want to apply it to a single spot, because if you apply concealer to just one little area and you don't blend it out and use it on a wider area on your face, then it's going to become really obvious throughout the day as your makeup starts to wear off a little bit that you have, like, it's going to start looking like that. I'm serious. You'll have these white weird patches on your face and it'll be really obvious that you've tried to use a cover-up. This one's going to cause me problems because it's quite a raised area. If you're in the same situation, my course of action is just to do what you can and don't freak out, because you're not going to be able to fully cover up everything entirely. It's just too hard basket, and your skin is not going to like you for it either. Just try and do what you can and don't freak out. My face probably looks kind of weird and white at the moment. I'm just about finished blending that in. I just wanted to mention two more things. You can use a green based primer, and that's good if you've got redness over quite a lot of your face. But the second thing that I want to mention is that you can color correct individual spots if you'd like to, which basically means that you're using a green concealer on the spot and then you're following it up with something like the Erase Paste, your normal flesh tone concealer. I find that that's okay to do if you've got, you know, the odd pimple here or there. It's okay because you've got the time to spare to basically color correct individual spots. But if you're like me, trying to color correct huge areas and lots of spots on your face is very time consuming, it's very annoying, and it'll just get the better of you. So that's why I've gone about doing it this way, and hopefully that just gives you a little bit of confidence and helps you out as well. Because yes, you're still going to see some of these pimples poking through. You can't hide them all together. It's impossible. You cannot do it. Makes me get kind of angry because I feel like people are lying to you guys that you can get a flawless, perfect face by doing a bit of color correction or applying certain products and your pimples will be gone. It doesn't work that way. Your pimples are always going to be there. They're raised bumps on your skin and you cannot hide raised bumps. It's just not going to happen. Sorry about my little rant there for a second, but I just, oh, it gets my goat. It really gets me goat. Gets me goat, mate. So I'm calmed down now, and like I said earlier on, I like to leave a little bit of time between my different layers. I'm going to leave this for a couple of minutes to try and cook. It's more of a drag term, really. I heard that on RuPaul's Drag Race. One of the drag queens is like, honey, Do you let your makeup cook? Did you let it cook? And that's like the perfect term for doing your makeup. Let your makeup cook. So while my makeup's cooking, I'm just gonna go on with a little bit of concealer under my eyes. And lately I've been using the Benefits, what is this? Fake Up. I really like this because it has this moisturizer actually around the product, and that definitely helps me out because I ain't a young little chicken anymore. Oh no, don't like talking about it, but it's the truth. If you don't have Benefits Fake Up, I highly recommend you use this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, the one with a little sponge tip on it. I've put my mum onto it as well, and she adores it. She's like, oh, Jess, thank you so much for putting me onto this product. It goes on so well and I love it. And I'm like, yes, it's a good product. I'm happy for you to use that one. So with this little baby, I just go right ahead under my eyeball and apply it like that. Move it around and just press it in. That's basically been cooking, and I'm just going to try and remove any sort of excess that might be there. So with a tissue, just very gently dab that on the skin, and it does get rid of some of that excess there. Don't do it too harsh because you just put in all this hard work trying to get it on your face. You don't really want to be taking it all off again. The next step is applying a foundation, and I'm going to go on with my Revlon Color Stay. This has been a staple for me for many years, and my shade is, I've gone to 180 Sand Beige because the other shades were just a little bit too light for me. And I'm going to go on with my stippling brush. This is my chosen method of application for liquid foundations. I just find it gives me really good coverage, and it gives me more of an airbrushed even finish to my skin. Just load up, can you see that? No, you can't see that. God, I'm good at this. Load up your foundation stippling brush like that. If you're getting your foundation right through the bristles, then you're applying way too much. It's better to start off with a little and build it up instead of going all out and then just totally screwing up your brushes. And I just basically apply that in a stippling motion. Fancy that. Just in round circles all over my face here. I really love to use a stippling brush when applying liquid foundation like this, and for this reason is because the stippling motion isn't going to completely dislodge all of the concealer that you've used underneath, and other methods can move that concealer around or remove it completely, and you definitely don't want to do that. 5 minutes has passed or thereabouts, possibly even more because I was fiddling around with my phone, and now I am ready for the next couple of layers. Sorry, my voice it's terrible. This next one is all about setting this, so it's going to stay put for, well, you hope for most of the day. There's a couple of ways you can do this. I'm going to go in with a pressed powder, which looks disgusting. I have hit pan. This is just, whoa, my Australis Fresh and Flawless pressed powder. Not going to bang on about this again because you guys know how much I love it. An alternative that you could use is just a normal powder on your skin. This one by Elf that I just picked up, it's their high definition powder. Comes in a little thingy. God, I'm technical. And you get your little puff and your powder in there, so you just swoosh it around and then press that gently onto your face. I think it works pretty well. I do. If you are taking photographs, then perhaps you want to go with something like this, which isn't going to reflect as much light, so you don't end up looking like a ghost. Sorry, my voice has just gone really wacko. But I'm not in the biz of taking photographs right now, so I'm just going to go in with my pan here. Pretty much all that it is, of pressed powder. At this point, you don't want to go giving yourself cake face. It's very easy to do. But I think that having a pressed powder like this is excellent if you do have acne and you're trying to cover up. It's not just about setting your makeup, it's still about trying to cover up the redness and the acne that you have underneath. So that's where a powder like this comes in very handy. Now I'm going to apply this in a almost like a stippling motion on my face once again. The reason is because you know how we were applying the foundation just earlier on and we didn't want to dislodge any of the concealer underneath? Well, it's the same sort of principle. If you go sweeping all over your face like this now, there's a chance there that you're going to dislodge that foundation and concealer, and you have to be very, very careful. So especially on more sensitive areas where you know that there is a big fat freaking pimple poking through, just go easy. The very last step is one that you don't have to do, but is one I do recommend, and that is using a finishing spray. This one here is by Australis. It's just their makeup finishing spritz. This one here, I don't really think that it sets makeup all day. Forget about it. There are some out there which do an excellent job, but this one here, I like it because it just gets rid of that powderiness on your skin. Do you know what I mean? And if you have been heading towards that cake face territory, then this will help to get rid of that a little bit. It'll just help to even out your skin tone. Whoa, I'm getting messages and someone just died. So anyway, I am going to just finish up with the rest of my makeup now and get it over and done with, and then I will be back with you guys in just a second. And this is the final look that I've decided to go with, which you would have seen at the start of the video. And just one last thing that I want to say is that if you are trying to cover up your acne with makeup, then try also to distract the eye. Do a bold lip or a bold eye to distract the eye away from your face and towards those other areas. Do you know what I'm saying? My battery sign is flashing at me and I am freaking out, so I really need to finish this up. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for being here with me for this whole video. It's a very, very long one, I know. And thank you for showing this video your thumbs, because it really does help me out. And guys, I will catch you all next Wednesday. All right, I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week. I gotta get out of here. I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Actually, I think we all have about 1,000 products these days that we use for our routine, and it can be kind of tricky to figure out when to use them all. So that's what today's video is all about: how to properly layer your skincare.